Forgot my extra socks. Oh well. Starbucks. Let's do it. I just realized I have coffee in the van. They did a really good job at renovating that KFC Taco Bell building. It was closed down for a while and that looked great. Nice sunset. Lots of power left. It's getting colder and colder in here, so I'm gonna probably turn on the heater soon. I did fix the vent. It does work. I switched up the fuses in the back. I'm not sure why, but I had to take the wires out for this, put it into a different fuse area, and now it works. There you go. If I can take out all that, the fumes or whatever. I can also just shut off the fan. Got a remote control for it. This is the Max Air, and should be able to just shut off the fan. I should be able to just open it and the fan not go on. There we go. That's the button I need. And that'll just let out any fumes. But of course that'll let out some of the heat. And I do have a carbon monoxide and smoke detector here, so we're good. Just looked around the van, couldn't find it, called my wife, and apparently when we came home from Florida, she cleaned the van out of all food.
So please explain to me why you felt that leaving this segment in your video was necessary. You show yourself going to Starbucks and saying, oh, I got coffee in the van. I better go back to the Shackmobile and make myself an instant coffee. And then you get there, you pull out your water and your kettle, and then you go looking for the coffee, and then you're like, oh, I called my wife, and she took all the food out, so I don't have any coffee. So once again, pointless footage of you showing yourself. At least you're successful at doing one thing.
Hello. All right, how are you doing?
Just that for you today?
That's it, thanks.
You got it. There you go.
Have a good night. A very nice sunset.
Better blow out the oxygen mask, because it sounds like Ken's gonna, pass out with the from a short little walk. Jeez. Ken, you claim to be so athletic with all the biking and the hiking and now the rock climbing that you're doing with your buddy. Your real pal. And going to the gym now to do your weight training, because you're gonna pump iron. You're gonna pump yourself up. Oh yeah, you're strong like bull. Yeah, strong like bullshit. Well, this video is making all sorts of sense. He's filming himself going on 2 walks to go get coffee when he realizes that he has coffee, then he doesn't have the coffee, so he has to go back. And then he starts filming himself making or getting ready to make the coffee. And then we see B-roll footage of the exterior of AppleBee's and his shitty Shackmobile in the parking lot. Yep. This is like the first few minutes of a food video.
Just want a little propane. Time to start the game. So I just want a little propane. It's time to start the game. Propane. Time to start the game. Propane.
Leahy, you're peeing yourself.
Propane.
Here you go, Jim. Propane. There you go.
Thanks, Papa. Propane.
Propane.
There she blows! Note to self, put the
Look at how excited the bald-headed doofus looks when he sees the steam coming off the cup of coffee that he's stirring. Like, he goes from looking all glum to like a friggin' 3-year-old who gets amazed at seeing something that they've never seen before. It's the weirdest thing ever.
put the put the put the put the put the put the coffee in first, then the water, and then it won't all condensate and stick to everything.
Aww, the doofus tried to use a larger word, and he failed miserably. Condensate is not where you would use that word, Ken. Perhaps the word that you might have used is congealed, seeing as the hot water would have caused the coffee crystals to congeal or clump, thus making it hard for you to stir it. But only you would manage to somehow fuck up making instant coffee.
I gotta scrape it all down. Cheers, guys. Whenever I use the kettle, I always put a little bit of cold water in afterwards because it's boiling water. And coffee's not supposed to be boiling. But anyway, that's how cold it is in here. Look at the steam.
That steam has nothing to do with how fucking cold it might be in your Shackmobile, Ken. That is normal because the coffee or the boiling water that you use to make your coffee is significantly hotter than the room temperature. So it could be 20 degrees in there and you would still see the steam. You friggin' moron. Jesus, you have to play up the drama when there's no drama to be had. Like, give it a break, you moron. Moron, moron.
Perfect. I think in the morning I'll use 2 pouches though. I'm afraid to use 2 pouches now and not fall asleep till 3 o'clock in the morning. Who out there can drink coffee at nighttime? I usually can't. Not strong coffee anyway. Time to go through your comments. Find out what movie I'm watching tonight.
Doesn't this scene right here just scream sadness, despair, or desperation? Ken is a sad old man sitting in the back of his Shackmobile, surrounded by a pile of shit that he has covering every inch of the Shackmobile, sipping on a coffee while looking at his phone to try and decide what movie to watch, while he's in a AppleBee's parking lot. Yeah, that's just sad. This is not riveting entertainment. It is just a sad, lonely old man in the back of a creepy van. I'd feel sorry for him if it wasn't for the fact that he's doing this, just to make a quick buck. Because that's all he cares about is the little bit of money that he can make off of making such miserable, desperate content to put online, where he makes himself apparently purposefully look like a fucking idiot. That's his words, not mine. He says that he does things to make himself look like, as I call him, Mr. Magoo.
Alright guys, I found one from my good buddy Nathan Powder.
Oh yeah, Ken. I'm sure Nathan is definitely your good buddy, your good pal. Yeah. Looks like he's, not even a channel member. Aw, isn't that sad? I'm surprised that you picked a movie from a person that won't even shell out the $4.99 that you want, from your members on the low end. Yeah, definitely a pal. I bet you've never had any interactions with him on your channel ever.
He said next time you do another solo camp in Moose, you should watch the movie Goodfellas. I will watch Goodfellas tonight just for you. It's been a long time since I've seen it, Nathan. Thanks for the request. If you guys want to make more requests and get a shout out, be my guest.
Well, Ken, you've had dozens of people request that you get the hell off of YouTube, as no one wants you on the platform anymore because of your bigoted and racist views that you spew into your content. So how come you don't take those requests seriously? Oh no, it's only Arnold Schwarzenegger or old mafia movies. Suggestions, not requests. Those are suggestions, you dumbass. There's a major difference between the two. You actually said that you were going to look at the comments for suggested movies, and now all of a sudden there are requests, and you're saying, oh, make a request and maybe you'll get a shout out. Oh, wow, Ken. Just what anybody would want, a shout out on your shitty YouTube channel where what, 30,000 people, if you're lucky, will see the video? And, oh yeah, that's gonna make those people really famous. Yep. I guess what? You couldn't charge people for shoutouts anymore? People don't want to buy your shitty shoutouts? So, you have to sprinkle a few freebies. That way it makes you have the illusion of friends on your channel. Oh my god.
Thank you. Electric heating pad. I want to go medium.
See, Ken tells us that he needs these heating pads to keep him toasty warm at night when he's, sleeping in the back of the Shackmobile in a vacant parking lot. But in reality, he actually needs the heating pads to allow him to get some sleep because it calms down the massive hemorrhoids he likely has from his poor diet, where he's got to strain for years. The straining just to take a dump has caused him to most likely have a prolapsed anus. That's probably why we never see him biking anymore, because it's incredibly painful for him to sit on the seat.
That does this half of the bed. Perfect. Before we get settled in bed, I want to show you we burned 844 calories today, and we walked over 14,100 steps, a total distance of 10.81 kilometers. Nice.
Yet, for somebody that claims to do all this walking and all this exercising, you still get winded while sitting in your seat eating or taking a step in or out of your vehicles. Oh, and just in case you were wondering, Ken,
I gotta admit, I don't think I give a fuck.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Who the fuck cares?
Who fucking cares?
There it is, Nathan.
I know I'd go from rags to riches.
Jimmy. What's up? Did I hit something? What is it?
Something's in the trunk.
something tells me that Ken is one of those people that you wouldn't want to sit and watch a movie with, because he would give unnecessary commentary like he just did to be Captain fucking Obvious. But, when you go to a movie in a theater, you're not paying for the privilege of hearing other people's commentary. Like, Ken would probably be that one guy in the theater that wouldn't shut the hell up when you politely ask him to, and then you have to go get an usher to, tell him to be quiet or leave, and he doesn't do it. So all you want to do is just turn around and punch him in his smug ass face. Why do you think we see Carol so often mumbling under her breath little comments when Ken says or does things that she doesn't agree with.
You're gonna like this guy. He's all right. He's a good fella. He's one of us. You understand?
Awesome movie. Thanks, Nathan, for recommending it.
There she blows!
I totally forgot that it was based on a true story, and I totally forgot that Samuel L. Jackson was in it. So it was nice seeing him in it. But now it's time for bed. It is 12 midnight almost. So it's bedtime. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Well, looks like we caught Ken in a lie. Remember in the first video, his part 1 of this, in the preview that showed a lot of stuff that wasn't even in part 1? He said that he woke up to find snow on the Shackmobile. Well, Ken, you didn't wake up and find that snow on the windshield wipers from overnight. Clearly, that happened during the time that you were awake, because we saw on the side of the van that snow was only beginning to accumulate while you were shooting your B-roll footage. So, yay, Ken, for being the liar that you compulsively are. It wouldn't be a KDDE Productions TV video without the infamous BJ angle. In the future, you might want to refrain from yawning while doing that, because it looks like you've got an O face going on, so you're not doing yourself any favors with the optics, Ken.
Yeah, I think one pouch is better. This is a bit too strong for me. It's a big mug, though. I thought it'd be... It's not bad.
Well, there's typical Ken, complaining that he kind of regrets using 2 pouches because it's too strong for him. And and then he completely does a 180 and says that, oh, it's not bad, even though he just said it was, not good. Like, what, Ken? You're afraid to make a position that goes against a company or goes against something that you did? So to appease everybody, or to make it look like you're not taking a stance, you say one thing and then completely reverse it? Like, grow a fucking backbone and, get off the goddamn fence.
But anyway, so, it's Friday, March 29th, and it is Good Friday, and it is -2 outside and slightly snowing just a little bit. If you sit, like, put your knees right in front of the heater, man, it's a little bit too hot. I actually had 2 like half containers, or like they're
Just want a little propane. Time to start the flame. So I just want a little propane. It's time to start the game. Propane. Time to start the game. Propane.
Leahy, you're peeing yourself.
Propane.
Here you go, Jim. Propane. There you go.
Thanks, Buffalo. Propane.
Propane.
They've been used because the cap's off, but there's lots of fuel in there. This one was the most empty, and then I had a brand new one just to get me through, just in case I needed it full time last night, and not all night while I'm sleeping. But anyway, so yeah, I had a good night's sleep, and the system says it's got about 5 hours left. We're down to 9% because of the heating pad. When I get home, I have to charge the batteries for the next trip. The other thing I want to do is hook up the alternator to my battery system. This is the EcoFlow, and I have a very long cable that would have to run through the sidewall. Then they'd probably have to drill a hole somewhere, and then that goes out to the engine area, and they hook up a cable to either the alternator or the battery, and while you're driving it charges the system, which is what I really want. I also have 2 solar panels that I would like to mount hopefully this year. Carol and I did the rails last summer, and we want to put 2 solar panels up there so that when the sun is shining, that the system is charging.
Oh yeah, I can see that being totally safe. Ken and Carol installing things themselves on their Shackmobile. Yeah, I doubt that that's not going to come flying off as they're driving down the highway and causing bodily harm to someone else on the road. Yeah, we've all seen how good of a job Ken does when he tries to be a handyman. I'm actually kind of surprised that the cheapskate is not going to try and install the alternator for his batteries himself.
But yeah, it's all a very long process to turn this van into an RV. I'm enjoying the process. I know it's not going as fast as a lot of people would like it to go. They're like, when are you going to finish the van? It costs a lot of money to finish the van, and our next step is windows.
Yeah, because the Shackmobile is totally going to be an RV one day. Right, Ken. You're delusional if you think that that's going to be the reality. You've destroyed a Sprinter van. You've turned it into a pile of junk. And now your video would not be complete if you didn't put in a, "Oh, I'm so broke, but we need your money to be able to fix up our Shackmobile to turn it into an RV, because you guys are complaining that it's not going fast enough. And you guys don't want me to get rid of Rusty, even though he was a lemon of a van that I bought before this piece of shit that I call Moose came into the picture. I do everything for you guys, and all you ever do is complain and not give me enough of your money so that I can live out my wildest dreams. For just $4.99 a month on the low end, you could help make my life what I want it to be. But not enough of you are willing to do that. Cry me a friggin' river, Ken. Oh, it costs so much money. Meanwhile, you're buying MacBooks every year. Sorry, MacBook Pros. And you're buying, brand new iWatches. Like the most expensive versions that you don't need every year. And brand new iPhones and all sorts of other useless crap that you don't need just because the money that you get is burning a hole in your pocket. You think about today and not tomorrow. That's why you'll never be able to quit YouTube, because you need the gravy train, even though it's pulled out of the station long ago and left you in the dust. Because you don't know how to save for retirement. If Carol were to leave you tomorrow, you would be screwed. You would have to move back in with Mommy Dearest, and, Rosemary would have to take care of you.
I want to put a window here, 2 in the back, possibly flares. And flares are basically bump out the sides of the van a little bit, and then there's windows on the flares. I might get 2 flares, I might get 1 flare, but definitely 2 windows in the back. I might actually want a window on that side as well, but we will see. And then I want to put a major roof rack on top, but it's more of a deck. And then just above the bed at the back, where you're supposed to put another one of these vents, we want to put, it's basically a sunlight sky hatch. So it opens up like a tank hatch, but it's also a skylight. It also has a light around it. It has a shade. It has a bug screen. So if it's hot summer day, you can just have that open in the morning and then pull the bug screen across, and then the heat comes out. You can stargaze at nighttime if you wanted to, but you can use that hatch to get up onto the roof.
I gotta admit, I don't think I give a fuck.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Who the fuck cares?
Who fucking cares?
Once again, poor Ken Domik is telling everybody all his wonderful plans of what he wants to get done to his Shackmobile. But he's always telling us how broke he is, how expensive going to these restaurants are. Don't you recall at the end of his part 1 video, that was part 2 of my reaction, that he was bemoaning how it could cost him like $100 for a meal. That's his choice. He just wants everybody else that pays any attention to him to pay for his lifestyle, his vacations, his vehicles, whatever crappy shit he buys for the shack in the elf village. It all comes from the people that are gullible enough to give him their hard-earned money. I'd feel sorry for them if it weren't for the fact that we have tirelessly pointed this out to them, and they choose to defend the oaf, the doofus that is Ken Domik. They allow him to continue to grift and to con his way into their wallets.
And a lot of people like to sit on the roof of their van when they're out exploring and relaxing.
I guess for Ken, it wouldn't be out exploring and relaxing. It would be conning and grifting. Better be careful though, Ken. You might want to get some handrails for the sides of the vehicle if you go up there to sit at night, because we all know how you like to get yourself nice and plastered. We don't want you to fall off and break your neck, right? I'm just continually looking out for your well-being, Ken.
But anyway, so it is 7:55. We've got a few hours before AppleBee's opens, and we will be going online, ordering one of their sandwich things, and that'll be our last meal for the day. So see you in a few hours.
Oh boy, everybody, the boomer is gonna try and order food using an app or a website. How many times has he overlooked those when he could have got himself a deal? I don't think he understands technology, even though he tries to make it look like he's a tech whiz. I just think that he wants to order this meal online because he doesn't want to run into any restaurant staff that may have seen him in there for 2 meals the day before, because he's embarrassed by these 24-hour videos that he does where he allegedly sleeps in the parking lot. Whether he does or doesn't, I honestly don't give a shit. It's just, he knows that he's a gluttonous pig when he does these, and running into the servers or the staff from the day before has to be embarrassing for him. There's no other explanation to why he would all of a sudden choose to order his meal online. Wow, what riveting and amazing B-roll footage are we treated to, everybody? Oh, the handy-dandy steering wheel tray is also a makeshift desk? Whoa! Like, how sad and pathetic does that look? An old, middle-aged man nearing 60, bundled up in a hoodie, in a Shackmobile that he is ruining, and he's editing away on his overpriced MacBook Pro in the parking lot of an AppleBee's that he allegedly slept in overnight. This is what his minimal fan base that still stick by him considered to be amazing content, where in the comments they kiss his ass about how amazing it was. Like, as I said, it's been like almost 15 minutes of his video, and he still hasn't eaten anything.
It's now 10:53.
It's -2 outside still. It's now 21 degrees Celsius inside the van because of my heater. So I'm nice and toasty. Before the heater got up to, or got the van up to temperature, it was like what, 3 or 4 degrees in here or whatever. So like your nose is cold, your fingers are cold, but now it's like perfectly suitable to be editing.
Because everybody knows that the best place to edit a shitty vlog video for your crappy YouTube secondary channel is in the back of your Sprinter van that you've turned into a shitty Shackmobile in the parking lot of an AppleBee's that you allegedly slept in overnight. That's the perfect place to get work done.
I just finished my vlog from my vlog channel, and then as we got past 10:30, I kept looking out the side of the van, and there were no extra cars around. So today is Good Friday, and a lot of businesses are closed on Good Friday. The restaurant Flashback across the street has an open sign, and of course Starbucks is open. KFC and Taco Bell look like they're open too. So I was hoping that AppleBee's wasn't going to be closed today. I even sent them a message on Facebook. No reply. None of their social media said that we're going to be closed today. So I was thinking that this video might be a bust.
I wonder if Ken has ever heard of the wonderful invention known as a phone. He could have just easily punched in the number of the restaurant, spoke to someone, and just asked if they were going to be open on Good Friday. Yet he's 57 years old, and he doesn't know what tends to be open or closed on this type of holiday. That just boggles my mind, but is not surprising considering the fact that Ken knows so very little about anything in general. Who knows if he's really upset about the fact that he didn't get a response to his Facebook message. Knowing him, he probably is kind of seething about it, but he's also notorious for not responding to messages. He never once responded to any of the emails that I sent him where I asked him nicely to come out against the people that were posting in his name on the various reaction channels where they were telling people to self-harm, where they were telling people disparaging and rather disgusting things about their deceased loved ones or pets. No one has ever done that from the reaction channels to Ken. When his mother-in-law passed away, there was people posting condolences to the family. When one of his pets passed away, again, condolences. But no, when it's the other way around, it's disgusting remarks that are made. Ken is fully aware of them, and that makes him complicit when he ignores it and lets it go on. So Ken Domik is a disgusting piece of shit for allowing that to be what he kind of stands for. And given the fact that there is evidence showing that he's opened those emails multiple times on multiple devices in multiple locations, it's evidence against him that is going to bite him in the ass when a higher authority gets involved. That is just going to come back and bite him in the ass, because while he did not post those comments, he, as I said, is complicit in it because it's being done in his name, and because he's goaded his members into thinking that we are nothing but haters. That's all going to be documented and go against him. When a higher authority gets involved, that is going to come back to haunt him. And that's not a threat. That's just a factual statement based on the evidence and based on the policies that are outlined by Google or YouTube. Ken has gotten himself in the middle of a doxing situation, which I'm sure there is a virtual paper trail of, and he's got himself in the middle of a harassment situation.
But I went for a walk around. There are lights on inside. I couldn't see anybody moving. There is a car that's right behind AppleBee's. That could be an employee, but I didn't see anybody drive up and get out and go into the AppleBee's. So, and then finally this car just pulled up beside me, and a guy got out, and I just saw him in the rearview mirror here.
Wow. It looks like the KDDE Productions TV channel is turning into a voyeurism channel. Secretly filming someone in a rearview mirror. If that isn't creepy, then I don't know what is. That's even worse than his secret filming in a restaurant where he gets servers' asses on camera without their permission. An old man sitting in a van filming people. That's really great quality entertainment you have going on, Ken. That's totally on the up and up.
Getting inside the building, so I'm pretty happy that it looks like AppleBee's will be open, and I will be able to finish this video just for you guys. So at 11:30, I'm just gonna go and check in online, order my food, grab a sandwich or whatever. It'll be easy to eat inside the van, and grab a dessert as well.
But I'm barely getting by, people. These videos are so expensive to make when it costs me anywhere from $60 to $100 for a meal. I don't need a dessert and an appetizer to go with my main course, but I do it for you people. It's all for you, not for me, for you. Oh, Ken, give it a rest. You didn't need to order a dessert, but you do because you're a fat fucking pig. That's what you are. You want to say that's hate speech? No, that's not hate speech. That is factual statements made from the videos that you put on your channel that is pure evidence of your gluttony. So if you're getting mad at us for saying a factual statement, then that's on you, buddy.
So I look forward to that. We'll see you at 11:30. It's almost 11 o'clock right now. I'm just uploading to YouTube, and yeah, and then we'll have our lunch. So it's almost 11:30. I went onto their website, and I punch in the actual address for this place, and it says no restaurants nearby. I think it might be broken because it's right there.
As always, Ken Domik, the stupid boomer doofus, doesn't know how to use the internet properly. If we look at his screen and we zoom in, it shows that he is on AppleBee's.com. That is the American website. The Canadian website is AppleBee'sCanada.com. So good job, Ken, blaming the website, the company, for being broken. No, it's you being a complete fucking moron. Yay! I'm Ken Domik, and I'm an idiot. But I only pretend to be one for you guys.
So I'm just gonna have to wait till they open the doors, go in, order it, and then go back and pick it up. That's the only thing I can do, because it won't let me order. It might let me do delivery, but I don't want them to deliver to here when the restaurant's right there. It is now 11:30. Let's go get our lunch. Please be open. Please be open. Yes. Hello. All right. How are you doing? Just want to order some takeout. Would be.
Do you need a menu then?
Yes. Well, I think I know what I want. I think I want your quesadillas as an appetizer.
Chicken?
Chicken, quesadillas, and then you guys also have a chicken bacon ranch
Sandwich,
the crispy one.
Yep. With fries?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And last but not least, I think your Cinnabons.
Oh,
Got to try them because they're new, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now we go put that through.
Thank you.
Do you want a drink while you're waiting?
Oh, water would be great. Thanks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, if this isn't pathetic, Ken Domik sitting all by himself in an empty restaurant, shortly after it opened for the day on a Good Friday holiday, sipping away on a free glass of water because she was nice enough to offer him something to drink, even though Ken was secretly recording her. Just because you didn't show her likeness doesn't mean you're allowed to record her voice and put it on your video. That is still illegal.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
Your lunch and happy Easter.
Appreciate you. Happy Easter to you too. Woohoo! We are back in the car, ladies and gentlemen.
So, due to some hardware limitations when it comes to editing, I have to break this part 2 of Ken's AppleBee's stealth camping into 2 parts, just like the first one. So this is, I guess, part 3 of my series. I figured the best place to leave off is just before Ken finally gets to actually eating some food in his video. The first half of his 30-minute long video was him essentially doing what he does in his vlogs, except for he's in his Shackmobile the whole time. I'll save the conclusion of this particular video for part 4, which is part 2 of this video. Sorry, I know it's a bit confusing. I really appreciate everyone coming and watching the video, hitting that like button, subscribing if you haven't already. But until next time, this is KDDE signing out. Have a good one, and remember, don't be like Ken. The Ken Domik Dissemination Expose channel would like to take a moment to thank its loyal KDDE community builders for their support of the channel. If you would like to see the channel continue to grow and offer new and unique content, then please consider hitting that join button. With a little bit of help from a whole lot of people, the sky is the limit on what can be done to combat the scourge of YouTube that is Ken Doofus. The one thing Ken Doofus hates to see is the channel gaining members. For just $1.99 per month, you can really piss Ken Doofus off.